Hello there, welcome to Armoured Warfare with me, McFadden. Yeah, it's Sunday. I've just been to the Civil War movie, which was nice. I'll tell you a bit about it afterwards. No spoilers, don't worry. Okay, this is my first proper tank review. And, well, there she is, the Challenger 2. The Death Probe. Challenger 2, that would be the Venus Probe, then. I know what I'm talking about, even if you don't. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go through the stats. I'm going to give you some history directly from Wikipedia, because I know bugger all otherwise. And then we're going to have a replay. A nice replay. So, without further ado, let's have some history on the Challenger. So, let's have a little look at the history of the Challenger. I'm taking this directly from Wiki. It's the best I can do, I'm afraid. It's the FV4034 4034 Challenger 2. It's the main battle tank. It's used in the United Kingdom and Oman. Vickers Defence Systems, which are now BAE Systems and Land Armaments, designed and built it. It's a major upgrade to the Challenger 1. It's an extensive redesign, as I say here in Wiki. And the cats just run straight past me, isn't that wonderful? God. Everything seems familiar, but they're a newer design, and, well, yeah, frankly. It's got a road speed of 59 kilometres an hour and a range of 550 kilometres. 4 men sit inside there, all women. So, I mean, you know. 120mm 4.7 inch 55 caliber long L30A1 tank gun, the successor to the L11, and of course it's rifled because the British Army continues to place a premium on the use of high explosive squash Hesh rounds, in addition to armour piercing fin stabilised discarding sabot. God, that's armour piercing rounds. That really is a, well, it is, isn't it, quite frankly. It's also got a chain gun and machine gun, but we don't get that, unfortunately. It's considered to be one of the best protected tanks in the world. The turret and hull are protected with second generation Chall armour, also known as Dorchester for some reason. And, however, now this, on one occasion, August 2006, during the post-invasion stage of the Iraq War, that's the 2003 version, an RPG-29 was fired at a Challenger 2 that was climbing over a ramp. The front underside hull armour of the tank, which was not augmented with an explosive reactive armour package, was damaged. The tank subsequently returned to base under its own power and was quickly repaired and back on duty the following day. As a result, the tank as a result, the explosive reactive armour package was replaced with a Dorchester block and steel underbelly lined with armour as part of the Street Fighter upgrade. Wow, Street Fighter. Sorry, that's just bizarre mental images now. Forget the Wolf version Challenger 1. Let's have the Street Fighter version of the Challenger 2. To date, the only time the tank has ever seriously been damaged in operations was by another Challenger 2 in a blue-on-blue friendly fire accident. It's seen operational service in Bosnia, Kosovo and Iraq. Now then, very, very quickly. The Challenger 2 is the third vehicle of this name, the first being the A30 Challenger, which was a Second World War design using the Cromwell tank chassis with a 17-pounder gun. The second was the Persian Gulf War era Challenger 1, which was the British Army's main battle tank from the early 1980s to the mid-1990s. Vickers began to develop a successor to the Challenger 1 as a private venture in 1986. Following the issue of a staff requirement for a next-generation tank, Vickers formally submitted its plans for Challenger 2 to the Ministry of Defence. Secretary of State for Defence George Younger announced to the House of Commons that Vickers would receive a £90 million contract for a demonstrator vehicle, a deal that was finalised in January 1989. The demonstration phase contained 3 milestones for progress, with dates of September 1989, March 1990 and September 1990. At the last of these milestones, Vickers was to have met 11 key criteria for the tank's design. In June 91, after competition with other tank manufacturers' designs, including the M1A2 Abrams and the Leopard 2 improved, the MOD placed a £520 million order for 127 of them and 13 driver training vehicles. An order for a further 259 tanks and 9 trainers, worth 800 million, was placed in 1994. Oman ordered 18 Challenger 2s in 93 and a further 20 in November 97. The Challenger 2 successfully completed its reliability growth trial in 1994. 3 vehicles were tested for 285 simulated battlefield days. Each day consisted of 27 kilometres on on-road travel, 33 kilometres of off-road travel, 34 main armament rounds fired, 1,000 7.62 mg rounds fired, 16 hours weapon system operation, 10 hours main engine idling, 3.5 hours main engineer running. An equal important milestone was in the service reliability demonstration in 1999. 12 fully crewed tanks were tested at Bovington, hooray, and at Lulworth Bindon Ranges. The tank exceeded all staff requirements. The Challenger 2 entered service with the British Army in 1998, with the 2nd Royal Tank Regiment in Germany, with the last delivered in 2002. It's expected to remain in service until 2035, goodness me. It serves with the Queen's Royal Hussars, the King's Royal Hussars, and the Royal Tank Regiment, each of which is the tank regiment of an armoured infantry brigade. Under Army 2020, only 3 Challenger 2 regiments will remain: the Queen's Royal Hussars and the King's Royal Hussars and the Royal Tank Regiment. In addition, a single Army Reserve Regiment, the Royal Wessex Yeomanry, will provide armoured resilience. Yeah, basically, this is one hell of a tank. I'm not going to go into all the bits and pieces, but one thing I will have to talk about very quickly is protection. The Challenger 2 is one of the most heavily armoured and best protected tanks in the world. The turret and hull are protected by a 2nd generation of Chobban armour, known as Dorchester, the details of which are classified, but which is said to be more than twice as strong as steel. Crew safety was paramount in the design, using a solid-state electric drive for its turret and gun movement, thus removing the traditional risk of hydraulic rupture into the crew compartment. Explosive reactor armour kits were also fitted as necessary along the additional bar armour. The nuclear, biological and chemical protection system is located in the turret bustle. The tank's shape is also designed with stealth technology to reduce radar signature. On each side of the turret are 5 L8 smoke grenade dischargers. The Challenger 2 can also create smoke by injecting diesel fuel into the exhaust manifolds. Quite a good little tank. Hey, do you want to see it in action properly with me talking over the top? Why not? Do you know, I'd forgotten all about that bloody Terminator. There was a soundfall on that, wasn't it? Oh, it happened in the game. I didn't think it would come back on the replay. Anyway, that's a bit of the history of the Challenger 2. Let's have a little look at her, shall we? Let's have a look at some stats. Okay, alpha damage 565, penetration is 518 millimeters. Sustained damage, the DPM is 4,185, and the reload time is 8.1 seconds. You can probably get that down. We'll look at retrofits afterwards. Defense, well, 3,609. That's the hit points. It's got max speed, 59.4. That's not bad, you know, really. And 0 to 32 is in 7.3 seconds. The camouflage rating, well, it's a main battle tank, though it's supposed to be partly stealthy. It's not too bad, I suppose. And view range, 400 metres. Your choice whether you put that up or not. Turret traverse, 29.68 degrees. That's okay. And the aim time is 2.59 seconds, which isn't bad for a large tank like this. Now the armour. Okay, so frontal armour against armour piercing. It's 953 millimeters on the turret, and on the front 789 millimeters. At the rear, as always, it's less. The turret is 359 millimeters, and the arse end is 164 millimeters. That's where they aim for. Sides. That's where it gets a bit interesting. 933 millimeters on the turret, and 697 millimeters either side of the body. HE doesn't change a huge amount, but if you look at, well, squash, I think that's squash anyway, it says something like this, it starts to get ridiculous. Look at the amount there. huge, 1,395 millimetres at the front of the turret, 1,155 millimetres at the front of the body. I mean, it's just madness. It really, really is. As for retrofits, as you can see, I haven't really got much fitted here, mainly due to the sheer cost of them. That's a lot of money. Now, I've added something to give a few more hit points. I'm debating whether to take that out or not, to be honest with you. I'm starting to think firepower. Chrome barrel lining, maybe. Damage and minimum accuracy. Or the advanced thermal sleeve. That might get the reload time down a little bit. Yeah, where are I? Where's what I'm looking for? Come on, idiot. What does normalization mean? Anybody know? The magnetic actuator. That looks interesting. Yeah, but I think the big one you're going to go for is experimental propellant. Chuck that in under firepower. You got 2 armour slots, so you can possibly chuck something else in. I've already got that in. Reinforced engine points, maybe. Spool liner, maybe. Possibly the tracks, I'm not sure. And then you've got your universal one. I'd go for firepower again. I'm really good. Mobility, don't worry about mobility. I'd go firepower. I really would. But that's just me. Now, I'm going to do you one more replay, and I'm going to talk all the way over it, because I'm a bitch. Here we go. It's Operation Kodiak, everyone. Which I keep thinking is an instrumatic, but that's Kodak. 2 Challenger 2s in this. A Crab, a Leo 2E6, and a Stingray 2. Which is nice, quite frankly. I'm still trying to sort out my Twitch stream, by the way. The bottom line is my machine is just not up for it. As Jamie keeps telling me. Oh, I wish they'd hurry up and sort out those base camo colours. I mean, I like this one, and I'm going to keep this one, but for other maps, you know? Oh, here we go. I'd forgotten all about this. Yeah, let's just... Hey! It's a strategic location that is essential for travel through this region. So, as always with this map, they immediately start heading, the bad guys immediately start going down towards the cargo terminal. If anybody goes up the top here, they'll spawn as well. And normally, around about A6 is where you'll find Arctic. Whoa. Go on then, Death Probe, what can you do? Boom! Yeah, that's a good boom. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't put the retrofits in, I'm saving up to get the Bradley. That's the trouble, it's getting the money in. All I'm doing at the moment is running premium tanks just to get as much money as I can in. It's got to be a better way. I'm going to have to sell parts of my body, I think. Oh, on your left, you silly cow. There we go. Hey, cheeky. But I mean, you can see the toughness of this tank. I mean, it is the safest tank in the world for the crew. There's no two ways about it. You can also see around the back here what's happened to all those shopping trolleys that are found in rivers and canals in Britain. They're not just thrown away, you know. Oh no, we make good use of them. We're like wombles. Plus, it's very useful if you want to barbecue. Now, what the hell am I doing? Probably heading towards either the secondaries or to go and get the arty. Shoot. Shoot it. Well, that was clever, wasn't it? Come on, shoot it again. Thing is, I don't need to worry because he's just not damaging me at all. Now we're looking at the front. Yeah, you see, absolutely fine and dandy. Oh, hang on a moment. What's this git doing? Did I just miss or did I just bounce? Answers on a postcard, please. 2. Bang! That's better. I very much enjoy playing this tank. I enjoy playing the Mars probe. Sorry, Challenger 1 as well. There's just something very Land Rover-y about these things. Bang!
Enemies converging at the helipad.
They're slow, they're steady,
Let them land their birds here.
and they're safe. It's that simple. I mean, it does make you a little bit arrogant. I mean, look at me. I'm not bothering to cover myself up that much. Alright, I'm keeping my front towards the enemy. But really? Really? Surely I should have done something about that. Go on, shoot it. Bye-bye. There, you see my side panels are shot out on one side. But that's okay. Oh, look, it's another bastard Terminator. At least this one doesn't have a sound bug. Seriously, are we doing this? Are we face hugging? Really? And as you can see, I have actually started to take a dent into the hit point pool. Again, arrogance. This tank makes you arrogant. In PvP, of course, it's a different matter entirely. Things hit hard in PvP. They really, really do. I set that Terminator to a light. Patwang! Who am I going for? Doesn't matter as long as you get the gun out of the game. Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah, take him out. Oh, good, he's gone. Now, the Leopard 2A6, it's more of a challenge to my armour than that Terminator 2. I've set him alight as well. That's unfortunate, isn't it? Bang! Yeah, bye-bye. Onwards. I like this map. It just feels more involved, you know? Rather than the airport map. Whichever mission you're on. This one, you really get stuck into it. I went to see Captain America today. Good film, very good film. Don't worry, no spoilers.
BLM forces headed to the dry dock. Stay sharp,
I'm a lot nicer than that. All I'm going to say is, if you're worried about it being a long film, don't worry. It needs the time to tell its story. It's not wasted time. Excuse me, just what do you think you're doing? I'm a chaste young lady. Don't you dare try and mount me. Oh, that's just... Avert your eyes, children. Slap him. Quite right, too. How rude. Have a little bit of a think. Taking a bit of a battering again. But don't worry, I have a pill from Miracle Max. Oh, look at that, right in front of me. And I've just fired. Squeaky wheels, woohoo! It's the sort of noise they used to use on kids' programs when somebody invented a mad machine. It's a good-looking tank, this one, it really is. With or without the shopping trolley arse. Hooray! I scored a hit. which is nice. I'm not always guaranteed that, especially in PvP. What's happening here? What's happening here? Eyes! Oh! Do you know something? I love those hovercraft. I think they're brilliant. I'd love to have one. Imagine the amount of tramps you could run over with it. That's a reference to something, and if you don't know what, not my problem. Ah, yeah, I'll make a cock up here. Didn't realise there was a train. So it's a case of, oh, for God's sake. Alright, we'll go all the way around here. Aye! Shooting of me? I'm looking forward to getting a crab, to be honest with you. That sounded wrong. But I mean, considering the battering I have taken in this game, the fact I've still got over 1,300 hit points, and I haven't had to use a consumable. I mean, what does that tell you about Challenger 2? I'd like to say it's the best Tier 9 out there, but I haven't tried the others yet.
Stop them, but we certainly cripple their efforts to expand.
Look at those helicopters. They're not helicopters, they're hovercraft. Did I say helicopters before? I'm going to have to watch that back myself. So there we go. The Challenger 2. I'm looking forward to trying out the Challenger 2B. Yeah. That's what. I think that patch 1.5 is hitting on May the 4th, which is what, next Wednesday, I believe. This Wednesday? What am I talking about? Idiot. So there she is. Challenger 2. Quite beautiful. That's my very first attempt at a proper tank review. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah. Any suggestions? Please feel free to what's the word I'm thinking of? Suggest them. Oh God, I am tired. All right, folks. See you tomorrow. Toodles.